call it Brian Ballard, 1964 to 2014. Downstairs as you come in, there's work from art college, 1964, 66. And then there's an abstract phase that I had when I was a young lad during the pop-up up art phase. And I guess I just did that because it was good fun and experimental. And I went back to brush painting, I don't know, 1970 or so. And it continues around the gallery. You can walk around, it's kind of chronology. At art college, you paint from life a lot, and draw from life. And you just look, and you work on anatomy and stuff. And you're taught the basics. Not taught, but you just do it. And then after that, you're on your own after art college. And you either sink or swim. Some people just come out and don't keep on working. I managed to avoid that and just kept on painting. So that I went back to brush painting, and there's always an element of abstraction in the painting. It's a word that's probably overused. It only means you change things, you alter them. So that right up to date, like that one over there, the bright still life I painted outside. There are abstract things in that, little kind of rectangles and things, a bit like, Cézanne, I guess, was supposedly the person who started breaking things down into geometric shapes, prisms and spheres and stuff. And there's always a bit of that coming into the work. But I'm happy to set something up in the sunshine, whether it's a jug or a bowl or a person even, and paint them in bright light so that I can get deep shadows and contrasts. Well, I guess my work will have that kind of darkness and greyness. The landscapes, I've done a bit of painting around the Mediterranean and in Australia, where the different things happen. The colour's almost bleached. Here it's kind of just deadened by lack of light. But I get the light I can. If it's a sunny day, I'll nip out in my camper van with a big canvas and just do something down by the sea, down by the rocks, and have a great time and bring it back. Sometimes I work at it in the studio, but mostly I don't. But there will have been phases of darker paintings over the years. I mean, we've had these troubles, and there have been times when we've been wondering what the hell's going on. And paintings will have become darker. And at the moment, it's a bright time. I have a young family, a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old girl. And they keep me kind of looking on the bright side and chirpy. So even at the age of 70, I'm kind of still optimistic. And I mean, I get these colours from Noblets, it's a paint shop in Belfast, and you can go in, as you know, choose a colour from a chart, a nice yellow, a really lovely blue that I really want, and I get it mixed up. And when it's been mixed, instead of putting in one dose of colourant, I put in 3, so it becomes really intense colour. And it's satin oil paint. And it spreads and it keeps its luster and it doesn't have a shine. And I'm putting on paint these days with a squeegee, like a thing you would use to clean the windows on a car, just kind of from the pound shop. Squish the paint on, big palette knives, scratching and scraping, and really hammering the painting. And the actual process of painting is a kind of almost a hint of violence and torture that goes on in making a painting. It's so important. It's great that I still have that intensity and passion for it at this time of my life. I've no real venue for big paintings. You got to think of where you're going to put them, how you're going to see them. And the fact that I've got the Ballard gallery for this period has just been magical. Some of them have been in my racks for 50 years and I wouldn't part with them. But the more recent ones would be available for sale, because you've got to make a living. I've sold enough over the years to live, but I've always been meticulous in keeping some of the best stuff and the quirkiest stuff back. I really for this kind of exhibition, and this is it. This is my survey exhibition, 50 years a selection, and it's been worth it. And with a few years yet, might do a few more pictures and have another big show somewhere. The show runs until the 6th of December, and I plan to be downstairs in my wee bit of a studio on and off to meet people and enjoy the paintings when they're up.